Good morning. Welcome to Tribune News on You, your go-to morning news source, only here at the Daily Tribune. We're live on Daily Tribune's Facebook page, Tribune Now on YouTube, and at Daily Tribune Official on TikTok. For today's headlines. Senator Risa Hontiveros is seeking a 15 billion peso allocation in the 2026 national budget to expand the zero balance billing in LGU-run hospitals as bicameral budget talks continue. The Senate remains deadlocked on the DPWH 2026 budget as lawmakers review revised adjustments, factors tied to nearly 45 billion pesos the agency wants restored. Bondi Beach shooters visited Davao last month, but no verified connection to terrorist groups. U.S. President Donald Trump filed a $10 billion lawsuit against the BBC over a documentary that allegedly misedited his 2021 Capitol riot speech. A gunman who shot and left 2 dead and 9 injured at Brown University remains at large. The Department of Energy and Land Bank have launched a $170 million Philippine geothermal resource de-risking facility to share exploration risks and costs and help revive stalled geothermal projects. Pokwang addresses the road rage incident involving her brother. Pole vaulter EJ Obiena secured gold at the 33rd Southeast Asian Games. Today is the 17th of December, and I'm Eliana Lacap, bringing you today's top stories. Let's kick things off with today's weather. Today, a shear line affects the eastern sections of northern and central Luzon, while the northeast monsoon impacts the rest of northern and central Luzon. Meanwhile, the Intertropical Convergence Zone, or the ITCZ, brings rain and thunderstorms to southern Mindanao. Expect scattered showers and thunderstorms in these areas, with possibility of flash floods or landslides, where rainfall is heavy. The rest of the country will have partly cloudy to cloudy skies with isolated rain showers. Residents are advised to stay alert and follow local advisories. Now for our traffic update. Light traffic is reported at Balintawak Toll Plaza, approaching Mindanao Toll Plaza and Bocama Toll Plaza, and San Fernando northbound and southbound lanes. All other areas of NLEX, Asotex, and NLEX connector, including toll plazas and interchanges, are also reporting light traffic conditions. Motorists are advised to stay alert and follow traffic advisories for a safe and smooth trip. Now let's move on to this morning's headlines. Senator Risa Hontiveros is seeking a 15 billion peso allocation in the proposed 2026 national budget to expand the zero balance billing program to local government-run hospitals. The proposal will earmark 30% of the 51 billion peso medical assistance to indigent and financially incapacitated patients, fund for free services in LGU hospitals, extending coverage beyond Department of Health facilities. Hontiveros said the move would widen across to free hospitalization and strengthen health reforms by channeling medical aid directly to hospitals for faster, no-strings-attached care. Now the Senate remains deadlocked over the DPWH 2026 budget, reviewing revised figures tied to nearly 45 billion pesos the agency seeks to restore. Senators insist on validating project-level costs to prevent overpricing after cuts based on updated construction price data. DPWH warns the reductions could delay almost 10,000 projects nationwide. Senate leaders Sherwin Gatchalian and Bam Aquino are pushing for accurate recomputation amid concerns over overpriced and ghost flood control projects. Secretary Vince Dizon apologized for incomplete data and submitted revised figures as talks resume amid transparency concerns over closed-door bicameral meetings. Now, the armed forces of the Philippines have confirmed that the suspects in the deadly Bondi Beach shooting had recently visited the Philippines, but said there is no verified link to local terrorist groups. Australian media identified the attackers as father and son Sajid and Naveed Akram, who killed 15 people during a Hanukkah event in Sydney. Immigration records show they entered the country on November 1st, stayed in Davao City, and then left on the November 28th. AFP and PNP say they are coordinating with Australian authorities, with no evidence so far linking the visit to terrorist activity. Now, U.S. President Donald Trump filed a federal lawsuit in Miami, seeking at least $10 billion from the BBC over a documentary that allegedly edited his January 6, 2021 speech to make it appear he urged supporters to attack the Capitol. The suit cites defamation and violation of Florida's Deceptive and Unfair Trade Practices Act, claiming the BBC put words in his mouth and doctored the footage to interfere in the 2024 election. The documentary aired on BBC's Panorama program last year. Now, a gunman remains at large after a mass shooting at Brown University in Providence, Rhode Island, leaving 2 dead and 9 wounded. The attack occurred Saturday in a building where exams were underway. The shooter fired a rifle before fleeing. Authorities briefly detained a suspect but later released him. Police released new footage showing a masked person of interest in a dark beanie and a black coat. Victims were identified as Ella Cook and Rukaben Aziz Umurskov. The FBI and Department of Homeland Security are assisting, while local police canvass neighborhoods and review surveillance footage. Now, the Department of Energy and Land Bank of the Philippines launched a $170 million Philippine geothermal resource de-risking facility to help developers advance projects by sharing exploration risks and costs. Backed by an Asian Development Bank sovereign loan, the fund tackles high upfront costs and early-stage uncertainties. Signed December 16, the MOA assigns the DOE to set policies, standards, and eligibility criteria, while Land Bank oversees funding, milestone-based disbursements, and reporting. The facility aims to speed up geothermal project development, expand clean power, bolster energy security, and support a sustainable energy transition. Now, comedian Poc Wang addressed a viral road rage incident in Antipolo City involving her brother, expressing empathy for the family affected, particularly the child witness. She stressed she does not condone her brother's actions, apologized for the distress caused, and highlighted personal responsibility over family ties. Poc Wang called on netizens to stop sharing her family's photos to prevent cyberbullying, thanked Antipolo Mayor June Inares for managing the situation, and criticized outside officials for weighing in. The incident reportedly began when a cart carrying a child allegedly became into contact with her brother's pickup truck. Ernest John Obiena reinforced his status as the region's pole vault king at the 33rd Southeast Asian Games, clearing 5.70 meters on his first attempt to set a new SEA Games world record and claim gold. The 30-year-old Obiena, now a 4-time SEA Games champion since 2019, once again thrilled fans with his performance. His triumph highlighted another strong day for Team Philippines, which also saw medals in rowing, kickboxing, and rhythmic gymnastics, bringing the country's total to 29 golds, 41 silvers, and 89 bronzes. Now, a quick look at today's horoscope. Today calls for intuition and spiritual awareness, Capricorn. You may feel stronger connection to the unseen through dreams, signs, or sudden shifts in energy. In your personal and inner life, subtle symbols and recurring patterns serve as reassurance that you are supported. For some, the crow spits signals transformation, wisdom, and trust in the unknown. Loved ones from beyond offer guidance and encouragement. This is a powerful time for inner growth and faith. Trust the signs around you, stay open, and keep moving forward with confidence and clarity. Now, Katribu, did you know that on this day, December 17, 1978, Emmanuel Manny Pacquiao was born in Cabawe, Bukidnon, Philippines? From a poverty-stricken childhood, Pacquiao rose to become one of the greatest boxers of all time, the only 8th-division world champion, and a global sports icon. He won major world titles across 4 decades, defeated legends like Eric Morales and Miguel Cotto, and was named, quote, the fighter of the decade for the 2000s. Beyond boxing, he served as a Philippine congressman and senator, ran for president, and funded schools, hospitals, and sports facilities. Inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame in 2025, Pacquiao's legacy as a boxer, philanthropist, and cultural icon remains unparalleled. Now for our viral story this morning, a TikTok video of a bus conductor has gone viral, racking up 2.4 million views for its very unusual way of collecting fares. In the clip, the conductor is seen standing over passengers as he collects the fare. While the scene may look funny, it is extremely dangerous and highlights just how challenging commuting can be in the Philippines. And that's all for now, mga katribu. Join us again at 1 o'clock p.m. for more updates. This has been Eliana Lacap for Tribune News on Q.